I would have respected CT and Trishelle more if they would have just kept it a buck. Y'all should have told MJ, look, we made a vow, we made a pact to get through this show together to get to the end. That's why we're banishing you, because we want to split the money two ways, not three. But to sit there and gaslight this lady into making her think that y'all really thought she was a traitor and y'all know that y'all didn't. Trishelle, you are who they say. Hey, hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Let's talk Traitors. Season 2, this is the US edition, episode 11, which was the finale. First off, thank you to everybody that not only suggested this show to me, but that has been rocking with me every single week, every single episode, engaging in the comments. We have had a time over here, all right? So, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, leave your comments down below on how you felt about not only the finale, but the reunion, okay? And then make sure to come back for some of the other content that I do have coming up. Suggest other shows down below, all that good stuff. All right, y'all, let's talk about the show. So, let's run through the finale real quick. Because I feel like there's some key points that make me feel a certain way later. All right. So it starts off with Kate. Kate said that Phaedra brought her up to the turret with zero plans and left her to just basically clean up her mess. That's what Kate is telling Alan, which is true. We have all said that Phaedra didn't have any plans. I said that Phaedra should have picked either CT or Sandra and given them the ultimatum to become a traitor. So she basically said that she doesn't know who to murder. And let's be real, Kate, you don't have no plans either. So she feels that it has to be between Sheree or Trishelle. She feels that murdering Sheree is going to kind of take the heat off of it being a Bravo person. And then Trishelle, like, who don't want to get rid of Trishelle? So when they get to breakfast, CT is asking MJ or telling MJ, like, wasn't Kate moving funny to you yesterday? And they're all clocking it, right? Everybody clocked how personal Kate started behaving at the banishment when she said that Phaedra played a very selfish game, and nobody understood. How can you say that she played a selfish game? Like, we don't get it. We truly just don't get it. So I'd be damned if Trishelle walked in. Like, y'all, like the anger that went through me when Trishelle walked through that door. Meanwhile, Sheree is reading her letter, and Sheree done perked up and was like, yeah, I knew it was Kate because Kate was acting shifty. Kate was doing this, that, and the other. And it's like, Sheree, you have always been on the wrong side of history, okay? We know how you get down on the housewives. But, like, this would have been a great opportunity for you to show us that you are more than she can't pay her bills. That you are more than she buys she in. But you know, Sheree gonna Sheree. So meanwhile, MJ thinks Sandra is the traitor because Sheree got murdered. Let me tell you something about MJ, y'all. I don't watch Shaw's and Sunset, but MJ has played an abysmal game. It's a wonder that she's even down to the finale. All right. So we get to the final challenge. So basically, they got to go down this mountain. Well, they get in a helicopter for one, and then they have to like go down the side of this mountain cliff and get down to the big trader ship, and they have to raise the mainsail. They can either take the easy way, and then I think they would get $30,000, or they can take a way that has some detours and that has some challenges and make an additional 20, so they're really eligible to make $50,000. So of course, because CT and Trishelle come from the challenge competition world, they decide obviously that they are going to go the route of the detours. So they did some crazy stuff. They had 60 minutes to do it, and they collected all the flags, and they raised $50,000. Let's keep it a buck. Trishelle and CT did all the work, okay? which Trishelle and CT have been doing majority of the work the past couple episodes. So when they're in the car headed back to the house so they can eat their tomato soup, I love tomato soup. It's such a vibe. But Kate and CT are talking, and she brings up Sandra in an attempt to frame her. CT asks, well, Kate, are you a traitor? Kate was like, rudeness, definitely not a traitor. And in her confessional, Kate said it's easy for her to lie about this because she feels that she is still a faithful trying to catch a traitor. Didn't care for Kate on Below Deck. And I just feel like, I don't know, Kate's true personality showed through last week with Phaedra. So back at the house, everybody is basically telling everybody else what they want to hear. So Trishelle and CT and Sandra basically were like, we're going to get Kate up out of here, which would have been great because then it would have been the faithfuls left. So they were like, we're going to get Kate up out of here. Kate goes and tells CT that Sandra is trying to get her up out of there after Kate told Sandra CT was going to vote for her. So Kate sowed all these seeds of discord. And basically blew up the plan. So when they get to the round table, off rip, CT is like, Kate, I thought it was kind of odd the way that you were like, defending Phaedra. Like, what was good with that? Trishelle, annoying self gonna hype in. Yeah, you were doing this. Like, Trishelle, shut up. I feel like all Trishelle ever does is piggyback off of people. If this entire thing was just about challenges, I would rock with Trishelle. I will, because she bust her old 44-year-old having ass in those challenges. Did not know Trishelle was 44 until I looked her up. She looks great physically for 44, right? She's killing these challenges. But when it comes to this, she's annoying. She behaves like a Karen. But I digress. So, MJ's empty-headed ass said that, well, Sandra, you were hanging out with Phaedra. And Sandra said, look, I hung out with the people that I thought were traitors because they protected me. I had traitor angels up in here. So while y'all had y'all other strategies, I had mine. Phaedra was protecting me. Sheree was protecting me. So the entire time, everybody that y'all thought was traitors, I befriended them. That was my strategy. I don't regret it. Look where I'm at now. So then Sandra is fighting for her life and CT calls her a traitor. And I'm like, yo, Chris, I know you didn't fall for this. So CT falls for this. So then they go around to vote and Trishelle voted for Sandra. The way I screamed out, bitch, Okay. So they are stupid. Sandra gets banished. They're all stupid. Here's the thing. This is what, they are so gullible on here, and it was just infuriating me. Y'all all have all this proof. Y'all say Kate is acting shifty. Y'all say Kate is doing this, that, and the other. And instead of y'all going with your right mind and voting for her, no. Y'all decide, let's go after Sandra because one person said Sandra. Oh, sheep ass mentality. But okay. So all the suspicions and y'all flipped and voted for Sandra. And for what? But so we get to the fire of truth. So at the fire of truth is where you are going to decide if we're going to end the game or if we're going to keep banishing folks till it's down to the final two. So only Kate votes to end the game. Stupid. Sheree was murdered last night. So you know that there's a traitor amongst y'all because somebody got murdered. On one hand, I think that was just Kate's way of bowing out. So they end up voting Kate out because everybody suspected she was a traitor anyways. So then it's the faithful. So it's MJ, CT, and Trishelle. And y'all know I've never seen the show. So I was like, cool. Okay, so the three of them win. I'm excited for them because I'm even though Trishelle, but I'm still cool. So they vote again, and only MJ votes to end the game. So MJ is shook on some girl. What is going on? So Trishelle was like, I just think that there's another traitor. I said, Trishelle, you a traitor, having ass lie. Trishelle, you knew damn well that you did not think that there was a traitor still. You didn't. Y'all knew MJ wasn't faithful. So Trishelle votes for CT. Y'all, the way I hollered. CT, you been riding for this so weird ass Karen having ass bitch, and she voted for you. Now, what if MJ would have voted for CT? So they have to redo the vote, and we get this like pseudo lovers friendship quarrel between CT and Trishelle. They're going back and forth, back and forth. Well, I didn't trust you, and you didn't vote for me, and you didn't light my torch, and we still get this same whiny ass Trishelle. And this is what bothers me about Trishelle. Trishelle, challenge wise, competition wise, excelled. Would never take that away from her. But when it came to strategy and everything else, all she did was whine and cry about everything. Remember, she was like, I deserve to be here because I have been stressed. Who else isn't stressed here, sis? Like, ugh. So they vote for MJ. MJ still voted for Trishelle, but they voted for CT and Trishelle voted for MJ. MJ's pissed because MJ just watched what would it have been? 60, roughly like $66,000 to slip away. So MJ's pissing and like, I hope y'all are pleased with yourselves. So CT and Trishelle win the game. On one hand, they deserved it because they banked a lot of money. They carried these challenges. But on the other hand, man, F Trishelle. F Trishelle. Because Trishelle, you knew. Trishelle knew that MJ was not a traitor. You knew she wasn't. What would get me is the way that when they all did this revote at the end, this last banishment, when MJ voted for Trishelle, Trishelle had the audacity to be like, I'm a faithful. Girl, so is she. That's what would get me. So let's get to the reunion, okay? Trishelle looked a mess. That dress was not it. Sheree looked a mess. Sheree, you do reunions. This is what you do. But okay. So let's talk about the seating chart. Y'all know for Bravo reunion, seating charts are important to the talent. For Trishelle to be a winner and for her to be third from Andy, girl. Don't ever go on a housewife show because they gonna tear you up because Trishelle can't read. So we're there. MJ still big mad. I would say this. The way that people were feeling like MJ had no right to be mad, no. That lady could taste. The money was right there. And for it to be pulled from up under her, yeah, nah, she got every right to be upset. Every single right to be upset. So Trishelle still lying, claiming, well, I just didn't know if we all were faithfuls or not. Stand on business. I promise y'all, I would give Trishelle all the respect in the world if she would have just said, you know what? Me and CT made a pact. We said we were going to get to the end together. And in order for us to get to the end together, we had to vote you out, MJ. I feel like if they would have just been real about it, then they would have got my respect. They would have gotten a lot more people's respect. But whatever. Trishelle said that she was most excited to see Phaedra. I guess she's a big housewives person. And she said that Phaedra is one of her favorite housewives. You trying to beat them racist rumors, ain't you? Uh-huh. You mean to tell me out of all these housewives, the OC and Miami and Beverly Hills and Roni in New Jersey, Phaedra from Atlanta is your favorite housewife? Okay. Phaedra said that she initially thought that CT was the mechanic. When they were in the car, she didn't know who CT was. She didn't know who CT was. Apparently, Peter and Ekin-Su got a little something going on, or they did. She was out at lunch with his mom, but I guess it's over now. Okay. Johnny Banana said he was voted out first because people lacked the self-esteem to go head to head. Look, Johnny. Look, Johnny. Johnny was so pissed. Y'all know Johnny had a podcast and he recapped the episodes every week. And it gave bitter Betty. It gave bitter vibes every single week. Dan was like, look, Johnny and CT are best friends. We had to get rid of one of them. And I think collectively the world, or anybody that has ever watched Road Rules, Real World, The Challenge, anything, we all know that them men do not like each other for real. They don't trust each other. They have like gotten over on each other. They are not best friends. They would not have worked together. And at the first chance that Johnny got, he'd have threw CT's ass under the bus and got him up out of here. So Dan tells Johnny that it's a respect thing. Like, this was strategy. It's a respect. Johnny doesn't see it that way. I mean, that's why you sitting in the corner, my good sir, because you got voted out first. Just sit there and collect your check and be cute. Deontay explained that the reason he left was he dealt with some childhood trauma that kind of resurfaced over the way that they got Max up out of there. Max is not even there. He couldn't make it. But Deontay thanks Phaedra for being there for him in that moment. Remember, Phaedra was like comforting to him. She was there for him when he was like losing it after feeling a way that he, kind of was like one of the lead people in getting Max out when Max was a faithful. So Peppermint said that she is a super fan of Traitors and was kind of upset that she was banished first. And this was the part for me. So she said that with absolutely no proof, little to no proof, she was targeted, and it just brought back some like repressed feelings of hers, of her being different and being targeted first. She said that the people that are the most different are the people that fall to a bias from the masses and get targeted first and get treated differently. She looked at this as an opportunity to showcase the world that when somebody is a trans person, you treat them like everybody else. So she said that in real life, in everyday life, the average person, we don't know somebody that is trans, right? I personally do. Okay? I personally do have a friend that is trans. And I can see people's hesitancy on how to treat them because you don't know what to say. And for some people. So what Peppermint wanted to accomplish was coming into this, she knew it was bigger than a game. While yes, she wanted to be on the game because she enjoyed it, but at the same token, she wanted to show people this is how you talk to somebody that's trans. This is how you react, or this is how you behave around them. They're normal people. Complete normal people that have good hearts, that want to have fun, that want to be loved, that want to be accepted. She gives this amazing speech. John, we didn't need you to say anything. John really got on my nerves this reunion. And this would have been the perfect moment for Trishelle to speak up and say, you know what? I didn't target you because you were different. I targeted you because of this. But Trishelle shows that she is Trishelle every chance she gets. That was the perfect opportunity for you to say something, Trishelle, because you did target Peppermint for absolutely no reason. You did. You absolutely did. But she sat there quietly. So then Peter asked Phaedra if he can ask her a question. And he's like, will you accept this rose? He asked Phaedra, well, you accept this rose, because y'all remember Phaedra read him down and said, this is not The Bachelor, and I do not have to beg your ass for a rose. So they had a cute little moment. Phaedra is apparently a part of Bachelor Nation. She says she loves the show, and she was the most excited to see Max and Peter, and even said that when they got there, she like ran up to Peter because she was so excited. And Peter was like, no, you did. That's facts. Janelle thinks that she would have been a more successful traitor than Dan. I don't know Janelle like that, so I don't have an opinion one way or another. Sandra said that, well, Sandra, for one, was like, I wanted to be recruited. I think Sandra would have been a bomb-ass traitor. I don't even know Sandra like that, but I kind of want to go back and watch her season of Survivor. But she said that for her, it was a numbers game. She knew that 18 of the 21 people had to go for her to get to the end. She didn't care whether you were a faithful or a traitor. She was trying to get them numbers down. So Andy asked Larsa and Marcus what's going on with them. Andy got in his housewives reunion bag real quick. I guess they were breaking up to make up. We don't care about them people. They are not going to last. I feel like they really just wanted some attention because they weren't getting it. So Andy reads some of the hater comments that the gamers had about the housewives. You know, they're not smart enough to do this. I can roll over on them, that type of stuff. And Dan said that he takes back a lot of what he said because Phaedra was a good strategic player. Parvati said that she does not. She still thinks the housewives are performative. And Andy was like, as somebody that's around these ladies, he gets asked all the time, like, what are the housewives like outside of the show? And he was like, the same way you see them on the show. That's what they are. They're not performative at all. Do I think there's a level of performance to some of the housewives in certain moments? I do. But I think that these women, the way that they behave on their show is how they are outside of the show as well. So they asked Phaedra they asked Peter if Phaedra would have given him the ultimatum that she gave Kate. Does he think that Phaedra would have won the game? And Peter said he does. He said because Phaedra would have would have just thrown him under the bus and got him up out of there as a traitor. So Phaedra said that she basically kept around the people that she liked. So if she liked you, she kept you in the game. She said that's why she didn't murder Trishelle. She said her and Trishelle had a conversation about Trishelle like just really wanting the opportunity to win. And I said, ain't this some shit? So here Phaedra is keeping you around and you're target. Let me release my anger from it, okay? Because Lord have mercy. So we get into Dan. Let's talk Dan. So Dan said his strategy was to lean into being quiet and building trust and then, dropping the bomb or whatever. And he said it worked for him on Big Brother. Didn't work for you here. Why? Because this ain't Big Brother. So Sandra said that a lot of them were not even on to Phaedra until Dan spoke up. So Phaedra said that he's a low-down son of a bitch and a piece of shit. I said, woo! Wowza. So Dan was like, it's just a game to me. It's not personal. I don't regret going after her because I didn't see a way to winning, with her being in the game. Phaedra was like, nah, it's always been about me. Going back and watching this, you've always been after me, you and Parvati. So they called Dan out for calling out Phaedra instead of Parvati, which we all are questioning. He said that kicking Parvati out only bought him a day and he couldn't win the game with Phaedra in the game. That's bullshit, Dan. That is bull. Getting Parvati up out of there, yeah, go with that. You could have gotten some more people and then you could have tried to flip on somebody else then. That was like, I feel like to me it was a sucker ass move. If I can't win, then I don't want any of the traitors to win, especially not this black housewife. That's what I took from it. Phaedra says she's not going, and a lot of people, you can see a lot of them on stage were kind of calling cap on that. You can see it. John kept speaking up, and it was like, John, shut the fuck up. John had too much to say for me. We don't want to hear all these long-winded ass answers. MJ, so they played the final clip, and we see CT and Trishelle win. MJ didn't want to clap. So then John was like, they deserve to be applauded. Look, y'all, this woman just watched $66,000 slip out her hands. No, she ain't about to clap for them. No, she's not about to clap for them. So MJ said that her mission was to get to the end of the game with the faithfuls. Trishelle's asked MJ, why are you still so mad at me? Trishelle, don't be obtuse, sis. You know why she's mad. So MJ said that, you know what, CT was the real chimp. Trishelle said, well, you blocked me on Instagram. MJ said, as soon as I got my phone back, I blocked y'all. Why wouldn't I? Here's the thing, Trishelle, not you being upset about being blocked, sis. Who cares? You are never going to interact with MJ in the real world. But I kind of feel like you have to understand why MJ is upset. You have to. So MJ then said that they are just vilifying themselves, and I agree with her on that. CT not so much, but I feel like the way that Trishelle is going about this, like, yeah. So John piped up and it's like it's just the game. It's not that deep. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I didn't like was the way that the gamers were coming at MJ and feeling like Phaedra should roll over and get over it. Y'all are coming from two different worlds, right? The gamers, the survivor people, the challenge people, Big Brother, that's what y'all are used to. Everybody else, the housewives, the bachelor, whatever the case, the Love Island people, that's just not how they rolled. I feel like Phaedra has every right to be upset that Dan blew up her game. I do. I do. I think she has every right, especially after watching back when he was like, even when they were all just, the three of them were traitors and nobody was really being suspected, he was still trying to roll on, Phaedra. So I feel like Phaedra has every right to be upset. Y'all cannot be mad at MJ when they played her at the end. And it's like, John, shut up. Oh, good God. So MJ said that the traitors were eliminated and they just decided to play dirty. CT said he's sorry if it came off insensitive because this is her first competition game. He said, but like, I'm numb to this type of stuff. This is what we do. Dan asked if Phaedra is still mad at him, and she said yes. I think that what they kind of have to realize, the gamers, is the housewives, the Shaw's of Sunset, Love Island, the non-gamers, they're not used to this type of stuff, being cheated out, feeling like they're being cheated out of money. On the flip side, for the non-gamers, y'all got to remember that it's a game. And everybody sitting on the stage, a majority of y'all don't really need a bag, okay? But let me know what you guys thought about the finale and the reunion. Who would you want to see join the next season? I think they're going to keep it with a bunch of like socialites and celebrities again, which I think would be a really good move because it opens up the game to more people watching. But let me know what you guys thought about the recap or the episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.